So let's go to Yola and see. They will tell us more about this and more. Don't go away.
In Nigerian culture and tradition, a dowry is as old as the history of marriage itself. It is a form of a gift from the groom to the bride. The amount of money or goods given as a dowry symbolizes honor and dignity of the bride, and it is practiced by the two major religions.
In Islam, dowry is a right of the bridegroom given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that an amount of money or a material item should be given to the bride to make her legitimate wife to the husband.
In the Christendom, when marriage is involved, the marriage is not yet established until there is a dowry involved.
In northeastern part of Nigeria, there are several cultural practices in marriages apart from payment of a dowry. In fact, the amount of money or value of a dowry given to the bride is insignificant to what families are spending in marriages. Cultural traditions such as unveiling of the bride and the groom, buying of kola nuts and sweets by the groom, gifting a set of box or more along with wrappers, jewelries, cosmetics by the groom to the bride, buying furniture and kitchen utensils by the bride's family, and exchange of money and goods between the two families, among other practices, binds relationship but has become a great economic burden to families.
My own opinion, honestly, youth, they should continue paying the dowry when they want to marry, but the parents, they should consider the cost of the dowry to reduce this small, so that the youth can pay.
The way the parents are signifying on this issue of dowry is very worrisome. And I believe it's not compulsory for a guy to pay such amount. It's not supposed to be mandatory for the guy to pay such amount as dowry. Like the parents and the daughter, they have to sit and then just decide on a reasonable amount of money that they think the guy can pay. And then the issue of other things, traditional things in the marriage, both the parent of the bride and the groom, they have to sit down and make decision, like so that the groom will not spend much, so also the bride will not spend much, so that the thing will be even.
Both families should consider the situation, since it is a tradition, not a religious order.
The emergence of involvement of cash in recent times is a common practice because of economic pressures. Negotiations between families are made depending on financial status of both families.
This laboring we are talking about now has been shifted to economic aspect, because if you do all this farming is not the issue now, because herbicide has come for the farming, okay? Insecticide has come for the farming. So there is a tractor, okay? There's all these things. So now they say, okay, instead of this laboring or something now, let's talk of money, okay? Let's talk of money and then Eurocentric materials. Government should come out with guidelines on marriage in the collaboration of all religious leaders, okay? And then our social, leaders in the society, and then people will come together, and the educationists should come together and then have a kind of, memoranda, and then present or give to the legislature to legislate on, and then the government will come in with a good policy.
On one hand is our cultural values, and on the other hand is the economic challenges. Families that are not able to meet up with the demand faces shame and humiliation, causing serious social problems in the society. As Africans, our culture and traditions are indispensable, but it should be in moderation, not an avenue for exploitation.
Dowry is very significant, symbolic, and important in the African culture, and we'll continue to uphold it. But the advice here is that we must keep it moderate, and that's why we are applauding the Ochidoma for pegging it recently at 50,000.